Okay, this is just a warning that there is going to be blood in this video because my leg bled more than it normally does. And also, after I was done, I did clean up. The needles go into a sharps box, which you can get for free. At least in New York, I don't know how it works everywhere else, but I get my sharps box for free. It goes in a sharps box so that they can be disposed of properly. Okay, enjoy the video. Hey guys, so I said a while ago that I would put up a video of me doing a shot. So I'm going to do that. First I'll show you things that you'll need. This is my prescribed testosterone. See it? It's a prescription. Shouldn't take testosterone unless it's prescribed by a doctor. People have said that somehow people get it from the street. I have no idea how they do that, and I've never actually heard a personal story about that, but I guess it happens. So you need the prescribed testosterone. So that's just in that. And then there is the vial that is like, there it is, testosterone, yes, whatever it's called. So it's one of those you get plug into. So there's that. Not too much of this left. An alcohol pad to clean your leg, or if you don't get alcohol pads, a cotton ball with alcohol on it is one way to go. I need a sterile syringe. So you don't reuse needles, you get new ones every time. There's this one, it is a 18 gauge. Yeah, it's an 18 gauge, 1.5" needle. See how big it is? Like thick? You kind of see that? That's just to draw it out of the bottle because testosterone's thick to draw out. And then you need the injection needle, which is a 22 gauge, 1.5". So it goes an 1.5" in, and that one's smaller, like the thickness. So I already washed my hands, but we open the package, the needles, and they get laid. You keep it in the package, laid down. You don't want it touching the countertop, even if it's clean. You just don't. The other one, make sure that this one doesn't fall out, because if it touches right there, that's a sterile part, and that will be unsterile, and you'll have to use another one. So gotta open that too. Make sure it doesn't fall or anything. So then you have to clean the top of your testosterone, sterilize it, like that, and then you pull down the syringe to where you need it, which I need it, that was too far. I take 0.5, which you pull it down, there we go. You pull it down just a little farther because there's going to be a T-lift over in the needle part that you're not going to get. So pull it down just a little further to try to make up for that you're not getting. So yeah, you push that in, and then you push the air into the bottle so that it creates a suction, so it's easier to get the tea out. But see, when you pull it in, there will be air left in the needle. So what you do is you take it, and making sure that you're not in the testosterone, you're in the air part that's in the bottle. You push it back out slowly to get rid of that giant airness, and then pull it back down in the tea, and then just pull it down to where you have the air pulled in. So there we go. There's that. Now you gotta get the bubbles out, so pretty much you pull back on the needle, so it brings it down. I don't know if you can see, but there's the tea in there. And there's a little air bubble at the top, and there's little air bubbles in it, so you flick it. You get the little air bubbles out. because you don't want air in it. It's not a good thing to have. You're not supposed to inject air. It's bad. There's a lot of air bubbles in this time, so just give it a second. This doesn't usually happen, but flick it, flick. I think I flicked it too hard and it just like ruptured the bubbles, but alright, good. So what you gotta do now is you push the air. I lied. You can put this cap back on this needle. There's a cap. And take that off. And then you attach this one. So it's tight. Don't over tighten it because it can explode with pressure. We're just going to take that top off for a second so that we can get a drop of tea to make sure that it goes to the top. Okay, kids. So we're just going to take this very slowly so that you don't grab. Jesus. There we go. Put it slowly because you don't want the tea to push through the air or anything. You don't want air bubbles. They're not good. A lot of times doing this, air bubbles will create and I'll have to do it again. Like pull and put air back in. But we do it so there's a little drop at the end of the needle. I can't see with you. Oh, and we got a little droplet. If you can see it, there's a little droplet. Alright, so a lot of times when people put cap back on their needle, they keep it on the table and stick it in. Prevents accidental needle pricks, but my way works too, and that's what I like to do. So we're going to prepare the leg, and I'm going to move you guys so you can see that. Move you over here for a second. You're right. So yes, doing it in my right thigh today. You can see that. I am going to take the alcohol wipe, flip it inside out because I haven't touched that side, and find my spot. Do it right here, right in there. It's right in the middle of my thigh. We use the thigh muscle because it's the biggest muscle, and I'm doing intramuscular shot so that the muscle spreads the tea better. So yeah, I'm just fanning it to dry it because I don't want to inject with it the alcohol wet because it'll sting really bad. You know, you're shoving a needle in your leg, so it stings already. But what we do is we hold the needle how we're going to inject, like this, then take the cap off. So that. Just going to set that on my computer this time. And what we do is we grab the thigh. Oh, I got a bubble. I'm going to fix this. Like I said, sometimes I get bubbles that shouldn't be there. Real quick, fix it. Oh. Come on. Come on out. Nobody wants you in there. Then I get like these little tea bubbles before I get the drop, but I'm gonna drop that in the garbage so nobody else gets tea on them. Alright, should be good. So I'm just gonna grab it how I was gonna shove it in my leg, right? So we got it like this. I do this really slow because I'm a little bit of a pansy, but we pinch the leg, relax the muscle, and ready? There we go. We're going in, almost there. I'm a little tense. Makes me kind of nervous. I'm not a fan of the needles. I'm almost on. Here we go. So holding my leg, I walk my hand back. I'm going to grasp this and pull back on the plunger to see if I am in a vein. I'm not, because no blood went into my needle. So, just going to go ahead and push it in. I know you can't really see it, but it's still so tense. Sorry guys. Don't mean to be so tense. Sometimes it happens. Pushing it in, almost. Oh, let's slow down for a second. So I'm just going to keep pushing. And there we go. It's all the way in. I'm going to just wait a second, see if I can get that not to drip back out, because sometimes it does. And I'm going to just pull it out. Ooh! And so sometimes you bleed a lot. Depends on how you hit, where you hit and stuff. But, oh well. It happens. Just gonna wipe it up. Oh man, that's a doozy. Don't know if I'm gonna use this as an example, but so that actually bled a lot more than it normally does. It's actually still coming out. It's a lot of blood. Dripping blood. That's cute. Sometimes it happens with an intramuscular shot because you're pushing into the muscle, so it just goes deep. But I gotta clean up this mess now. So that's how I do my shots.